the amount of money that guy signed for, $785 million.
65 could go up to 800 though with escalators.
Exactly.
I mean, there's amount of
it will. And it's tough because I love this guy, and now I have to absolutely fucking hate his guts because the Yankees offered him 16 years and $760 million, and he wanted an extra $5 million to go where there's not as much pressure. He wants to be the guy himself. That's okay, but almost $6,000 an hour for the next 15 years.
Now, I
bad.
showcased my math here.
Yeah.
I gave every month 30 days.
Sure.
If you do 12 times 30, it's 360, not 365. So you could do it around $5,500 a day or an hour for the next 15 years for Juan Soto. Kids, get a bat.
Yeah.
Now.
Get a sweet batter stance. Do a lot of good stuff and just start hitting dong shots. They're paying over there. That is so much cash.
Insane.
And I don't know how they're making it. I don't know how they're making money in baseball. I have no idea. I guess hat sales are phenomenal.
Hat sales.
I know that some of these stadiums fill up, obviously, on a regular basis, so that whole thing works. But as a league, if you're talking about like ratings and television deals and everything, relevance conversation, the fact that one dude, not just one, I guess there's a couple now at this point, although they've deferred it for the rest of their lives. Shohei obviously able to get whatever he commands. $765 million at the bottom of his contract, fully guaranteed. $800 million potentially at the top. It's like, I didn't know baseball still had it like that.
Nuts.
Congrats to baseball.
Yeah. Congrats to Juan Soto. It's just insane. It's very hard to wrap your head around that. Like, you look at all the stuff coming out too, like Brady's career earnings combined with LeBron's career earnings, and they're still like $75 million short of what Soto just signed for. Like, it's insane. But hey, tell you what, if you see $765 million on a paper presented to you,
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, probably a DocuSign nowadays.
Exactly.
You open that email, you have a DocuSign from Steve Cohen, and you open that thing up, and it goes, you put your name right here, just right here. If you just doesn't even have to be a good one. If you just fat finger it, $765 million. Okay. Yep. How do I?
Deal.
Who was he with? He was
Scott Boras.
He was that's his agent.
Oh.
He was with I think Spida.
Yeah.
Spida.
It looked like it in the Instagram video.
Yeah, I saw a dumping of champagne and hot tub, the whole thing. Go ahead and celebrate for the rest of your life, bud. You did great. And shout out to baseball. And I didn't like that baseball purists come out and started pointing out all the stats about the Pittsburgh Pirates payroll for the last 15 years versus this one deal and how it's going to go. And they started, nitpicking about how this is what's unfair about baseball. I concur. But until it's not possible, give me the owner that's going to overpay every fucking time. Because I happen to be from Pittsburgh, and that owner never spends. No. And they never are going to win. So people are saying, he's done it the right way, though. It's like, okay, how about when Steinbrenner was running the Yankees, the cheat, whatever the hell they call him?
Yeah, the boss.
Boss, there it is. Well, I thought the boss was.
There's only one boss.
Yeah.
Well, George was around before Springsteen was. I love Springsteen.
Oh, I was talking about the final boss, The Rock. But
I was talking about Springsteen.
The final boss.
Okay, yeah, you're of course. But when Steinbrenner was paying for championships, it's like all the other owners could have done it too, right? They chose not to. So Cohen deciding to do this, I think is good for the Mets. Congrats to you. And I hope it works out because everybody else they've signed it has not worked out, right?
Yeah, kind of. It's kind of one of those things where they're like the Jets or, some of those teams, if you root for them in like the New York area, like for whatever reason, kind of just cursed and it just never works. So we'll see. Maybe, you sign a guy to $765 million contract, you're expecting, the tides to turn a little bit.
Michael Cole believes they're the Kings of New York now.
They're not, but...
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. Mets baseball. Whoa. Mets baseball. Is that what it is?
I mean, now they can go out and prove it. They have that opportunity. So, I think he was maybe trying to get away from the limelight and the pressure that comes with being a Yankee. Wants to go be a Met, but now you're saying, hey, they're the Kings of New York. So
I'm not saying it. I'm just telling you what Michael Cole texted me.
Okay.
Word on the street.
So if that's the case, better not choke.
Whoa.
Better not choke.
Yeah, Cole's a fan of a few other teams.
Jets, same deal. Hey, they were supposed to win the Super Bowl this year, right? 3-10.
He knew better, though.
And their roster's pretty damn good.
Man, they had the one yesterday, too.
I know they did.
They did.
The first game, Rodgers thrown for over 300 yards.
And forever. Yeah. He's high-stepping out of tackles.
Yep.
Looks spry.
He did.
It looks
Yeah, I think I nailed it.
Nice.
Soto.
Beep.
765 guaranteed.
And it's not deferred or anything.
No.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah, I want it now because in 15
How'd that happen, Ty?
Steve Cohen's worth like $20 billion. That's how that happened.
So you just pay luxury tax or what? How's it work?
Yeah, they were over it last year. So, and he basically said like that was going into it. He was like, I'm not going to lose this guy. Like we need a generational star. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make sure we get him, and they got him.
So if you're worth $20 billion, who knows how much is fluid, right?
Yeah.
Net worth is everything that you own, values combined, including cash on hand. So Cohen's just got, what if he has just a $5 billion play chest where he's like, you know what, this other $15 billion will make enough money off of itself for my family to be wildly wealthy forever. This $5 billion, though, I get to have a good time with.
It's my play money here.
Yeah, and we'll see if I can make money off it too. Let's see if this whole. Could you imagine being that position? Nope. Juan Soto wants how much? How much are the Yankees? Well, they're offering $760 million. How about 1 year less, $765? Tell them that's the last deal. Do you want $765 million? We'll give him $500 million tomorrow. Signs his name on the DocuSign. We'll give him $500 million in his bank account. Yeah, I want to do it. Deal. You're a Met.
Done.
Can you do it with everybody? Is there no end to the luxury?
Yeah, from what I understand, like that is basically like, so when he first bought the team the year after, he spent a shitload of money. He was like, I want the Mets to be good, and I want them to be be right now.
Yeah.
And just
that's how you want your owner to be.
Exactly.
Yes.
And spent a bunch of money, and then they ended up like, you know, they gave deals to like Verlander and Max Scherzer, like a couple of very, very good like ace pitchers, but guys who were kind of aging a little bit, and it didn't go as well as they expected. They ended up, I think it was the next year, they traded both those guys at the deadline, and he basically said like, hey, we're going to pump the brakes a little bit. Like, I'm not just going to be all willy-nilly with my money if we're not going to win. And then a year passes, and ever since Soto, like, it was known that he was going to be a free agent, Steve Cohen has basically said, like, I'm going to get this guy, period. Like, that's all there is to it. And I think that is that was kind of everything I read was basically, like, no one else, like, obviously, you own a baseball team, like, you're fucking rich, and you can do what you need to do, but no one can compete with him when it comes to stuff like this. Like, he can continually outbid guys and be okay with it because he has so much money.
Who was it? Edwin Diaz? Who was the closer?
Yeah, Diaz.
They paid him, and then he got hurt before the season even started.
Yep.
World Baseball Classic.
So it looked like they were going to be like cursed almost. But right now, these Mets fans, they feel on top of the world.
Rightfully so.
Start spreading the news.
Well, that's a Yankees thing. The Mets ain't going to be doing that yet.
It's their city. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a New York Mets super fan.
Nice.
He's happy at the moment, although he's normally a rather miserable sports fan. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of the WWE, Michael Cole. Michael Cole.
Yeah, Cole.
Hey, Cole.
Hey, Mets are the kings of New York, huh, pal?
Yeah, finally. What do you think about that, Ty?
I mean, you know what, Cole? You know better than I do being a Mets fan. You're just playing with fire saying that.
You're playing with fire saying that, Michael Cole. He said you guys are cursed, pal.
Can you at least allow me 24 hours to enjoy this?
Without a doubt, like I said, if I was a Mets fan, I would be jumping over the fucking moon this morning.
He said if he was you, he'd be jumping over the fucking moon this morning.
I can hear him. I'm quite capable. I'm not that deaf. Pal.
You are, actually. It's reported. You are a deaf son of a bitch. Mets going to win the World Series or what?
Well, I'd love to think they are. Listen, we still need some pitching. I think we got to probably re-sign Alonso, maybe Bregman from the Astros. We still got a couple of moves to make, but this is massive. Just for the psyche of Mets fans, I mean, we finally beat the Yankees at something. Finally. After being 63 years of being beaten down, second in the city, we finally had a guy choose us over the Yankees. So, to me, it's pretty amazing.
Okay, so that's awesome. Congratulations to you guys. Start spreading the news. Oh, he is singing.
Actually, what you should do is be singing, Meet the Mets, Meet the Mets. Get right up and greet the Mets.
It's way better.
Good singing.
I mean, you got to be kidding me. With
That
this.
delivery of that song didn't have a lot of passion. So Mets are good. They're going to win. Jets, next year we're going to be good, right? That's the. All right.
Knicks.
Hey, I'll see you soon. I can't wait to see you, dude.
Hey, I can't wait to see you guys. Hey, by the way, Well, I'm not going to say it because the last time I said something negative about a big New York acquisition, I was dead on, and it ruined 2 years of my football life. So I'm just going to say that Juan Soto
are you talking about?
Is going to be unbelievable for the next 15 years.
There we go.
You're the man. We appreciate you, Cole. See you, buddy.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, he, the day Aaron Rodgers signed with the Jets, I sent him a congratulations text.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, this is going to somehow, some way, be a catastrophe, I believe is how he worded it. Boy.
He was right.
It actually may be worse than he even projected it to be.
No doubt.
I thought he was being like over dramatic. You're like, oh, I'm a Jets fan, obviously. But and then as 4 plays happened when it started,
That.
literally one of the first texts I got was, see?
Just like a
From Michael Cole.
motherfucking stuff.
That's how Jets fans actually feel. And I think Mets fans probably feel that way as well. And he just said, fuck it, I'm running it back.
Yeah.
This guy's about to change everything.
Now's the time to do it.
He's a lefty,
Yeah.
and he does that.
Yeah, a little stride. Yep.
Smooth.
Looks
in the
at it.
video.
Ty, was it expected to be this much? Did you
Yes.
Was this what they projected?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was still, I mean, you never know. Like, a lot of the projections were saying like 600, 650, but as it kept going up and like the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Dodgers were in on it, the number just slowly started to kind of tick up. But yeah, I mean, if you look at this, like Shohei's contract was 10 years, $700 million, but for the luxury tax and because so much of it got deferred, it's like practically like a $460 million contract is how they look at it. So like if you look at the highest contracts in the history of baseball, this is like 2 times the next biggest one. So like that is kind of shocking.
So I think initially whenever we found out, and we're a big baseball program, nobody talks about it.
Huge. Lovely game.
Yeah.
It was 700 was the number.
That's what I
Pass,
thought, yeah.
when it initially started. Jet Passon told us that the Shohei deal is obviously going to be big. He said, but the Juan Soto deal might make it to 700 or something like that. I heard that number, and I just started saying 700 every time we talked about it. Then the narrative became like 600. 650 is what the narrative came. Because I said 700 a couple times. I think when we were talking about baseball, I was like proven wrong immediately. But so I think it did have an early projection. Then it went down. And then all the teams that got in brought it back to even more than what projected was. Good for Juan Soto. That's business.
Yeah.
That is business. If there's more than one person that wants your services, you're in what we like to call a great fucking position, leverage-wise.
And everyone knew because Scott Boras is his agent, and he's like the best. I mean, you know, you talk about Mulugeta, like Scott Boras is the baseball version of David.
He runs baseball, doesn't he?
Yeah,
and he has.
He
for a
does,
long
and
time.
he has for like 25, 30 years. So you knew like
Nuts.
no hometown discount, no like it doesn't fucking matter. Like they did, they said the Yankees got whatever contract he got, they were going to give it back to the Yankees in the end and see if they wanted to match it, you know, button for button and do the exact same thing. But like when you knew he was his agent, it's like, okay, he's gonna go where he gets the most fucking money. It's as simple as that. And none of the teams that obviously the teams who can offer him that much money are teams you expect to be like playoff contenders and compete for a World Series. So it was never just like, you know, a money grab, whatever. He's gonna go to a shitty team. Like you knew like he was gonna go wherever someone paid him.
The Pirates are not offering him that contract, you're saying.
There's a lot of teams.
Not anybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's.
The Reds should have offered him that.
I don't think they do that.
I think the Pirates and the Reds should have said, we'll split it.
Yeah, combined. Yeah.
You can play 81 for you guys, 81
Only
for
home games.
Yep.
Move.
Only home games. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I do appreciate the people that go and say this isn't fair. But it's like as somebody that comes from a city that's owner is the cheapest of cheapskates, he's like the definition of bottom line owner, only looking at the bottom line. We yearn for the day that somebody with an aggressive mindset owns our team.
Yeah.
So for all the baseball people that I've kept saying, the Pittsburgh Pirates, think about the Pittsburgh Pirates. I don't speak for Pirates fans because I was never one. But fucking A, if Steve Cohen was the owner of the Pirates, I would have been one. My entire life, I would have been in it. So it's like, if there aren't rules against it and your owner is doing it, I am for it. I think that showcases like literally from the top all the way down, we're trying to fucking win and we're not taking anything else or accepting anything else. It's like, I love that. Like I wish the Penguins could get somebody that was like that.
They're hot.
I wish
They're hot right now.
Well, they play in a capped league, so they do spin to the cap. It's a little different.
No, but there has to be a way we can cap gymnastics.
Like the Vegas.
Well, that's why like people are saying it's not fair. It's like they still are getting penalized for doing this. Like you have to pay a luxury tax. So it's like it's not like you can just do this all willy-nilly because you have more money. Like that's what they put in place so that teams in big markets can't just fucking go out and spend $1 billion every single year, and then teams like the Reds and the Pirates have no way of competing with them. Like they are still going to be penalized for spending that much money.
Yeah, but this is just like Ishbia.
Yeah,
Said,
for sure.
The NBA is finding me luxury tax. I don't think my fans want to hear a single word about boo-hoo, I'm getting luxury tax. They want to see us win. Yeah. That's all they care about.
Yeah. It's not fair, though.
It doesn't guarantee you anything, though. That's the thing. You can sign this guy unbelievable. It doesn't guarantee you World Series.
This is perfectly fine. It's the deferment stuff that think makes is bullshit.
Yeah, but I get it. But like that's how you'll never get to real like parity, I guess. So like a guy like Skeens come in, he has no chance to really compete on like the playoff stage until he goes to
when he leaves.
And
well,
like
the owner just get off his fucking wallet.
That's the thing.
You know what I mean? Like I got no problem with people spending money.
Cohen.
Why can't you?
Sell the team.
There's teams like Cleveland though who like buck that. Who it's like if you do it the right way and you suck for that long and then you draft guys and they're good, like you can win in the playoffs. Like yeah, it's tough obviously because these big guys always end up going and playing in either L.A. or New York, but that's just the way it goes.
We need new ownership in there. This guy needs to sell the damn team. That's why they need to do that playoff win rule that Jage
agreed.
decided.
He could open his wallet, but he couldn't even come close.
Yeah. Dust flying.
He just sold 7 Springs.
But like
He
Arizona,
pockets a little deeper all of a sudden for the best tube slide.
I don't think Seven Springs went for that much.
Well, that guy's a terrible businessman. Of course.
Can of corn.
Of course it didn't
Well,
go
no,
for
it's
it.
not. It just doesn't snow in Pittsburgh anymore because of goddamn global warming.
Well, and I heard there's a chance that the poles are actually moving. So what is all
North and South are moving?
I don't know. I tried to fucking read.
Google it.
Smart
It's
enough. I didn't
crazy.
graduate, but there's something going on where I guess the crust is moving. Fucking I know. You just look into it. The poles are moving. The poles are moving.
It's not good.
I don't know what that means, but I know when I'm laying in my house and I hear outside. The other night,
it was
nuts.
Yeah, what's going on?
The worst
Why is it
it's
so
ever
windy?
been.
it came out of nowhere too. I don't think it was like broadcasted like, hey, look for heavy winds tonight. It was just like out of nowhere. Holy shit, is there an Arctic tornado? Oh yeah, it feels like it's negative 15 outside right now, and the winds are blowing at 60 miles an hour. It's like, did we know this was coming, or is this just drop out of nowhere? I think
it did. Came out of nowhere.
I don't like that one bit.
No.
Seven Springs went for $118 million. It's not bad, but
We could sign Juan Soto for a year.
Yeah.
We get one good year out of him though.
Is
You know
that,
what I mean?
you think he netted? You think he netted? He net 118?
John Heyman is reporting that there's a $75 million signing bonus because he's a Florida resident. Obviously, you get to know state income tax, although federally, they are certainly getting paid off of this deal. $120 million overall pay through for 2025. There it is. That's Seven Springs.
Yeah.
No deferred money. Opt out after 5 years if you want. 5 years, we can do this again.
Wait.
City Field Suite for family, which is $500,000 plus a year. Okay, so get a suite. I assume there's some private playing time in there as well if we're negotiating those types of things into the contract. 5 years can opt out. We can do this again, by the way.
But they can also, I read somewhere that's like there's some stipulation in the contract where if they just bump up his like annual salary from $51 million to $55 million, then that opt out just goes away.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
He's going to be a Met for the next 15 years.
And it could go all the way up to $800 million, I guess.
Yep.
Respect.
You earned it, bub.
That's awesome.
You are worth exactly what somebody's willing to pay you.
Yes.
Never forget it. Yes, person not worth it. Yeah. You know how we know? Because it fucking happened.
Yeah.
You know? That's in theory, it doesn't matter. This is reality.
Don't matter.
It happened. Now, do we think that is what it should be, or should it be much less? Sure, you can certainly have that opinion. But your value is exactly what somebody's willing to fucking pay you. That is exactly in business. And Juan Soto.
The first ballot Hall of Famer, he's like 26 years old. So